Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your boy, the SeanDavieWay Show. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in and tap that bell if you would like to be notified of all of our future content. Today, I bring you a video on the Breakfast Club and the debacle that is happening behind and in front of the camera. As of recently, Jess Hilarious of the Breakfast Club took to her Instagram and decided to get some things off of her chest. If you didn't know, Jess Hilarious, the replacement of Angela Yee, took a maternity leave after she had a new baby girl. Before Jess Hilarious left, she picked a replacement that would be hanging out and filling her slot until she got back. That person was Loren. So again, Jess Hilarious chose her replacement just for her maternity leave. But it looks like she chose her replacement permanently. Well, at least that's how Jess feels. When Jess returned, she was told that Loren was just a producer and would be doing more things behind the scenes and interviewing people and also taking some calls from the callers. Unbeknownst to Jessica, her doing Jess with the Mess was pretty much replaced with Loren and Loren's segment. Now, I think that when Jess came back, she expected Loren to just kind of disappear, and that's not what happened. I think the producers actually liked Loren being there and liked the energy that she had with DJ Envy and Charlemagne, the goddess. I listen to the Breakfast Club pretty much every morning when I'm taking my children to school, and I did notice Jessica's disappearance. I was wondering when I was going to hear her because, again, I knew that she had a baby and that she came back from her maternity leave, but I just kept hearing Loren. So I'm like, well, where is Jess with Jess the Mess? Like, did Jess Hilarious quit the Breakfast Club? Like, is she gone? What's going on? And she was thinking the same thing, which is crazy. I thought maybe she had something else set up, or maybe she went on at a later slot or different days. But no, she kind of just disappeared like Loren was supposed to do when she returned. Jess and Loren clearly had tension. Jess admitted that when she came back from her maternity leave that not only did she feel treated differently, but she did not like Loren. So she was being honest about not liking Loren, and I don't feel that it was anything personal. I think that it was Jessica more feeling like, well, you were just here until I got back. I'm back now. Thank you, for your services, but could you kindly exit? Her continuously hearing Loren on the air and even during her slot, which again, when you hear the Breakfast Club, you're supposed to hear all three people, DJ Envy, Charlemagne the God, and Jess Hilarious, not Loren, because again, she was only replacing Jessica until she got back. So Loren and Jessica definitely had some heated conversations. At one point in time during a show that they did, Jess told Loren to shut up. Now, Loren does overtalk, and I would have to agree with Jess when she says that Loren overtalks, but I do feel like that was rude and inconsiderate of Loren's feelings and the listeners that listen in for Loren now that are fans of her for Jess to do something like that. But Jess felt the need to take her ground back. Now, what we didn't know, what was happening behind the scenes, is that Charlemagne had messaged Jess and told her to keep the beef going. One, it was good for listeners, and two, it brought in a lot of attention between Jess and Loren. But the issue came in with that is that Loren is not supposed to be here. So why would you have Jess egg something on that's temporary? Because again, Loren is supposed to be vamonos. So Jess goes live, and during this live, she explains that she has a contract, and she also explains the energy that she felt toward Loren, explained when she told Loren to shut up, and also explained that Charlemagne was behind the scenes trying to egg this situation on, which they didn't say on the show, because we're going to get into that, because there was pretty much like a falling out yet not falling out during a live show of the Breakfast Club between Jess Hilarious, Charlemagne, DJ Envy, and Loren. So we're going to talk about that too. But before we do, let's get into what she had to say, Jess Hilarious, about what was going on, because I find it mighty weird that Charlemagne and DJ Envy were pushing it, that the internet was trying to turn two black women and pit two black women against each other, when the whole time it seemed as if it was Charlemagne. So let's get into Jess.
Why is she not leaving? What's up? Why is she still on air? I was told that she was going to be the producer. She was going to be hired as a producer. Okay. Producers aren't on air though. So what's going on? Because we have a lot of producers up there already. They're not on air. What's going on? I've called and I've asked many times. That's what I got told. She's a producer. Oh, okay, cool. So I ain't asked no more. She's only on my segment. So I'm like, all right. I'm putting shit together. Because that's what I do. I put shit together. All right, here we go. So Shorty must about to be on the show. That's exactly what I put in my fucking head before anybody decided to come and tell me again. So I did another round of asking. All right, what are we doing? All right, what is this is the boss. We've always considered having a fourth seat. Well, when the was y'all gonna tell me that? When was your, and then this is months after I came back. This was like 2 months after I came back from maternity leave. We've always, ever since Angela Yee left, we said that we would consider having 4 seats. So why, when me and Claudia Jordan did the guest co-hosting, or me and Kendra G did the guest co-hosting, did everybody say, oh, it ain't gonna work with 4 people? Why, right? Why was that ever even said? Why wasn't that something that was presented at the jump, like from jump, at the top of the shit? That's what I want to know, right? But I'm still playing. I'm still here, mind you. I'm not playing the game. I'm just still here with it because I'm in this. This is a fucking contract. This ain't no part-time little shit that I got. I got a contract that I need and I got it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm on air. She overtalks. She's over-talking me. Loren knows she does this shit. Whatever. I've told her about this shit many a times. She over-talks me. I'm like, yo, shut up. All right? Or hush, be quiet. Yeah, that clip that y'all saw. Yes, shut up. Be quiet. Yeah, I've said that. And I've meant that. You know what I mean? That's the only way to get it a hush. So I'm like, all right, cool. One day, I told her, because I went in the comments, I'm like, all right, people don't like that. All right, whatever. I'm not her mother. She's another grown woman. I have to respect this lady. But she's not going to keep talking over me, yo. I'm already confused on why the she's still here. You know what I mean? Like on air. Not in the building. On air. Right? So I'm like, all right. I told her, be quiet. Charlemagne texts me and he says, yo, don't tell her be quiet. You tell her shut up. Play into that narrative of y'all beefing, y'all not liking each other. Why the fuck would we do that? But I'm like, you know what? All right, cool. She cool with it, I'm cool with it, because I'm not a be quiet type of bitch anyway. I am a shut up type of bitch. Ask my kids, right? Even if take me off that shit. This is no longer my segment. I said it. Take me off of that. Give it to her. Give it to her. Charlemagne said, nah, I don't want it to be her segment. It damn near sure is already. Like it's her segment. She's reading it and she's doing it to the best of her ability. Shorty is like that. Yeah. That's why I picked her to fill in for me for maternity leave. That's why I picked her. Y'all need to understand something. I'm never hating on Shorty. I already told her. I tell her every day. I tell her she's pretty every day. I tell her every day. I big up this woman every day. Every day. I don't have no reason to fucking hate on that girl. I don't. No, I didn't like her when I came back because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation.
There was a live show that was done again between Jess Hilarious, Charlemagne, DJ Envy, and Loren, to where all 4 people were sitting there having a conversation. I just said in this live that we just listened to that the producers told her that they were always considering 4 people. Now, I do remember when they were doing the invitation for new hosts and guests to come on to fill the new slot of Angela Yee, that they were considering 4 people. They were. And then when they pulled Jess on, it was just 3. They decided and finalized that it would just be the 3 people, Jess Hilarious, DJ Envy, and Charlotte Gay, the goddess. When Jess came back, the producers were trying to push that again. But Jess felt like, hey, there was never supposed to be 4 people. Y'all never told me I was looking for 4 people. As far as I'm concerned, I got a contract for this slot. This is my slot, and I would like to return to my seat unbothered, meaning with not somebody sitting in it. I don't want to have to sit on Loren to have to sit in my seat. She needs to get up out of it so that I can do my my thing. That part there, I agree with Jess Hilarious. So it can feel like overcrowded with Loren being there, and it's not pitting women against each other or anything like that. It's like, no, this is my job. It's not Loren's job. If you're going to bring on a fourth person, then explain that to me and say, hey, we're going to have 4 people now. We're going to add Loren in the lineup. Not I'm just back, she's still here. Like, where do I fit in? So I definitely get that with Jess Hilarious. I just wish she would have done it a little bit more professional and not brought it to the forefront. I feel like you shouldn't bring these type of issues to the forefront unless you're ready to move on. Like, if you're leaving, like when Angela Yee, she really didn't talk about the situation until she already had Way Up, until she already had her new radio show. Instead of sitting in there complaining and doing all of this stuff when that's not going to change anything, bringing it to the public, it's just going to make matters worse. So I just wish Loren and Jess would have handled this a little bit better, because if Loren is not standing on or stepping on Jess's feet, then just gracefully bow out and move along. But yet you're still here, you're still on air. I get where Jess is coming from. In the conversation that they had, Loren did lie during this kind of like confrontation that her and Jess Hilarious had. Loren said to Jess that, hey, I pulled you to the side and I told you, blah, blah, blah. And Jess was like, yeah, no, you never pulled me to the side to say anything about you just being a producer here, or that you weren't going to step on any toes or anything like that, and women not being pit against each other, and that if I have an issue with you, I'll pull you to the side so we can handle it like women. You never really said anything like that. Like, you pulled me to the side before, but the context of the conversation is not what you just displayed. And my issue with that with Loren is that when Jess called that out and said, no, you never did that, Loren never combated her and was like, yes, I did. Remember this day, da, da, da. That never happened. So it does seem like Loren is being shady when it comes to Jess Hilarious. And what I mean by the shadiness is that I feel like Loren likes this attention. I think she likes making Jess feel uncomfortable because it does give nice nasty. I think that Loren does not like Jess Hilarious. I do think that she's paying it up for the audience, paying it instead of saying her true, honest feelings. So it makes Jess look harsh, and it makes Jess look like she's extremely confrontational and being aggressive about the situation when she's really not. To me, Jess is being honest, and I feel like Loren technically is not being. I feel like we get a piece of how Loren feels, and Jess is giving everything. Like, no, this is what's going on. This is how I felt when I came back. No, I didn't like you, blah, blah, blah. So I can appreciate that honesty with Jess. It just does not feel genuine when it's coming from Loren. One thing I did notice overall, Charlemagne and DJ Envy does not want Loren to leave. They, I feel, gained a bond with her, and I think that they feel that it's a little easier to deal with Loren than it is with Jess. I think that Jess is a standalone and a standout, and I think Loren is more so of a get in where you fit in. She doesn't mind merging and just blending with everyone, and Jess is definitely like a standout star, and Loren fades into the background. The only reason she is being pit over DJ Envy is because Envy doesn't really speak. Like, he does, but he doesn't, unless he and Charlemagne are having a banter between each other. But when Jess is there, Jess communicates with both, and I think Jess says things that makes DJ Envy want to talk more. And when it's with Loren, I think the show, I'm not going to say it's boring, but I don't think that it's as entertaining when Jess is there. And it's not just because Jess is funny. She does have really good input, even when she's giving insight on like love lives and relationships and stuff like that. I think she does a really good job. So shout out to Jess Hilarious, shout out to Loren, shout out to DJ Envy. I do not like Charlemagne, so screw him. And I hope everything works itself out. I don't think that the internet is pitting black women against each other. I think Charlemagne is. Again, a keynote to take from this video. Jess says that Charlemagne texted her and told her, don't tell her to be quiet and stuff like that. Tell her to shut up, and whatnot. So it feels like you're inciting the riot, but then you get on the radio show and try to make it seem like you just want peace. You don't want these two beautiful black women going back and forth with each other, when you are the ringleader behind the scenes, making sure that the beef continues. So again, I will keep an eye on this story. And until the next video, I love you all. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.